Yo, what's up, guys? Jairus here, and welcome to another episode of Jairus Inspires Podcast. Do you know any Filipino? Do you
Me?
know? Yeah?
Of course I do. So
Yeah,
many.
not?
I live
Okay.
in Dubai.
Okay. Have anyone told you that your name is the same as our...
Of course.
Oh!
Every single one of them.
Really?
Every single one of
Oh
them.
my God, I was like thinking like this could be a good joke to start this podcast. I was like, I hope she never heard this joke.
No,
But
unfortunately
Yes.
for you, I have too many Filipino friends.
oh my God! Yeah. So my guest for today, her name is Sara G, which also in the Philippines we have a celebrity whose name was also Sara G. So wow, nice meeting you. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's fun to be here today.
Thank you. And just a disclaimer, we never met before.
I think that's what he tells all the girls.
No, wait. Let's don't go to that. Don't put me in the hot seat, but yeah, we never met before. She literally just messaged me yesterday, right? You saw my ad. That
That's
I did?
right.
Yeah, and then she texted me, and then I asked her, "What's your inspiring story?" And then you've given me a powerful topic, right? So the topic for today is the power of following your dreams. Wow. And again, guys, I never heard any of this, So we're going to hear this story from Sara G for the first time. So Sara, first of all, introduce yourself. Like I want to know you. Can you tell something about yourself? So the floor is yours.
Sure. So I came to Dubai about more than 10 years ago. And little did I know that this was the city of dreams. And
It is.
It really is.
It is.
But the thing they don't tell you is that it's hard work, which is the key to getting these dreams
True. It's not
coming true. Yeah, it's
yeah.
not just one without the other.
Sure. Yeah.
So when I first came here, I got a job. And I used to be a journalist with CNN actually for 5 years.
Oh yeah, I saw your profile. Yeah.
And I decided to just give up all of that to follow my dreams. And I came to Dubai with zero savings. Okay. I did have one or two friends, so I was lucky because many people struggle with that. But I had no idea what I want to do. And I went for an interview at a newspaper here. And someone asked me, can you see that other building there? I said, yes. He said, it's a little bit controversial, but he did say, if you see someone jump from that building, you can't write anything about it. Do you still want to be a journalist? I said, no. And that was when the wheel started spinning and I needed to pick a direction. And I didn't have a direction. And sometimes that's the best part in life. It's when you're put on the spot and you have to figure things out really quickly.
That's powerful. Okay, let me just say something about it because there's a similar story in photography. There's a scenario that if there's someone who's about to die, like if you're a photographer and you saw someone on the street that's about to die, right? And it's your job. You're a journalist, a journalist.
Yes.
Would you try to save the person or would you try to take a picture, right? Now, I was asked the same question. Knowing myself, because I'm not a photojournalist, so for me, I would save the person.
Also a good person.
Yeah. But I know, it happened already. It happened already that there's a journalist in the US that he actually say, I took the picture instead of saving. He took the picture. So unfortunately, it died, and he got the award. In fact, which is for some people it's sad, but it depends on your perspective,
For
right?
sure.
So I like what you said. It's very controversial, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It happens. So, and you're a DJ, right?
Yes, I'm a DJ. I love music.
Okay. How do you transform from being a journalist to being a DJ?
So it happened step by step, actually. As I told you, I left my home country to come here to follow my dreams.
Which I will guess where you came from. Okay. Finish your.
Maybe not.
Okay.
But the first job that I got here, the company closed in 6 months. I went under the blanket. I cried my eyes out. And I just made one decision. I'm not going back home. That's it. And now someone without any savings, brand new in this country, don't even know how anything works here. I found a website called Dubizzle.
Oh yeah.
And from there, my whole life changed because I got my first job in hospitality. I was working full-time in marketing and social media. And every time I would be sitting in this office, I would see these cool people walk in. I'm like, I wonder what they do, like they look like they just woke up. And that was my introduction to DJ life.
Oh.
And because of working in hospitality, I met all the managers of the clubs. I met all the managers of restaurants. I met all the DJs, all the photographers. So basically, I got introduced into a whole new world. And I easily found mentors, easily found inspiration.
Yeah.
And from there, it was just about putting in the work and joining some courses, of course, so that I could learn about DJing and music.
Yeah.
Because contrary to what people think, even DJs have to study, yeah? It doesn't just happen one day by magic.
Yeah, and also learning never stops. Right? Like until
Spoken
now.
like a true entrepreneur, exactly.
Yeah, I'm doing this for 16 years and I'm still learning. Like even this podcast, it's part of my learning. Not just trying to inspire people, it's about my learning because I don't speak like this like 5 years ago, I don't speak like this. Until now, I'm still stuttering. If you notice, I'm stuttering. I'm not perfect in English, but hey, I'm trying.
But you know what matters the most?
Yeah.
It's just being yourself because this is what inspires people.
True.
Anyone can wear makeup, put on a nice
Yes,
dress and say
yeah,
the perfect
yes.
things and you're not going to feel any connection whatsoever.
Yes, and I know my advantage. My advantage is I have a character. I have interesting character. I have charisma. I know it.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, even though I don't speak good, I don't speak good well in English, but I know I have a character and a charisma.
For sure.
So yeah. Okay, now let's go back to guessing where you came from. So while you're speaking, if you notice, I'm trying to look at your eyes, your eyebrows, your nose. Woo! Wait. Okay. Whew. Based on your accent, your eyes. My first guess on when I was looking at your profile, I was like, you came from South America, but I don't think it's not. No, it's not right. No, right? South America. No, that's my first guess. But now I think Sri Lanka. No! Oh my God! India? Oh really?
Yes, that's
no
right.
Way.
But I am someone who's been traveling the world non-stop for the
Yeah.
last 10 years. So I have picked up a lot of different cultural
Yeah.
accents and a lot of different inspirations
Yeah.
in my life. So
Ooh.
I like to call myself a global citizen now.
Yeah. Okay. Have you been mistaken to any?
So many.
Right?
So many.
It's not like It's not like it's obvious that you're Indian.
A lot of people think I'm South African actually.
Yeah.
Because I spent a lot of time there DJing actually. So when I came back, especially like the music I was listening to, the clothes I was wearing, everyone's like, South African. They even added me to a community called South Africans in Dubai without asking me because they just thought I'm South African.
All right. Okay. So you're from India. So I was wrong. I mean,
It's okay.
I thought I already have this. Develop the skills because living in Dubai for so long, I thought you already mastered distinguishing nationalities, but yeah, apparently I'm not good enough yet. Yeah. Right. Okay, so let's go to the topic. So the topic for today is the power of following your dreams. Okay, so Sara G, I will let you take the floor. Start the topic, and also I want to hear what are those dreams and what are those struggles or things that you've been through to capture those dreams. So go for it.
Sure. So this whole thing of following my dreams started when I was really tiny. My mother,
How tiny are we?
very tiny, like this tiny.
Oh my God, the way you put your arms, I was like, how tiny are we talking?
Very tiny.
Okay.
My mother told me that the world is your oyster and there were no limitations in my life. And like you were saying earlier, life is not about being perfect accent, perfect anything, you know what I mean? And also there is no perfect. So just have yourself like a dream and put the work in and focus on it, The problem with a lot of us, especially in today's world with so much technology, we're like, I want to do this and I want to do that. And maybe next week it's something else. Of course, you're not going to achieve anything that you wrote down, you know what I mean? And I also believe in the power of manifestation. So for example, if you want something, write it down. Whether you have a small vision board, whether you just have like a black marker and a board or a white board, just write it down. So easy.
Okay, just wanted to interrupt you because when I started my company, I have a board. Same thing.
Yeah.
Like a whiteboard to just write down the schedule, the project, the
Yeah.
ideas,
Yeah.
So I like that. If you want to do something, write it down. Yeah.
It's almost like magic, seriously. Like, so many times I've written things down and I even forget sometimes. I'm like just so busy with my life. I come back after a month or two and I realize that somehow those things have actually happened in my life. Whether it's traveling to a country, whether it's making a certain amount of money, whether it's a creative project. At the end of the day, I think another thing is about taking that time for yourself. Because if you don't take the time to understand yourself, then you're never going to understand what is there inside you. Because I think all of us have so much potential.
Yes, that's good.
And we have so many talents, like so many things inside us yet to discover. But if you don't take that little time to tap into yourself, and all you do is like watch Netflix and play video games, I'm not dissing it, but you know what I mean. Like to connect with yourself, it's never going to happen.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So when you have a dream, write it down.
Yes, write it down.
Okay, so what are those dreams that you wrote down?
So taking you back in time to when I first came to Dubai, that was my first job. I lost my first job. I got into hospitality. I decided I wanted to be a DJ. So I actually went to DJ school, by the way. And every single time it was a struggle because I was just starting off. I didn't have any savings. But my mother also told me another thing. She said, education is what is going to change your life. And education is the one thing nobody can take away from you.
We have a very similar story.
Yeah.
We have a very similar story. And for me, it's my father.
Yeah.
And he specifically told me, especially when I was starting here in Dubai, that he told me that, try to study everything.
Yes.
And don't think about money first.
You cannot think about money.
Knowledge
from
first,
the beginning. Yes.
knowledge first, and then money in
Yes.
the future. So try to study as much as you can until you're young, and then money will come.
Yes.
Eventually come.
Yes.
So exactly what your mother said. I think we have a very similar life.
I think our parents will get along.
I'll check my mother if maybe we're twins. I don't know.
Maybe I'm from the Philippines, Sara G.
Right. So yeah.
Yeah, so it started from there. I did a DJ course. They actually taught me house music, hip hop music, gave me a certificate, did a photo shoot for me. Another manager of me helped me build a website. But of course, in the beginning, it was just about hard work. So when you look at a DJ, everything looks so glamorous, right? And so much fun.
Yes.
But when I
agree.
started my career, it was not fun, yeah? I had to miss every single birthday. I had to miss every big event of my friends and family. Of course, you sacrifice sleep. And the best advice someone gave me, if you're starting a new career path, do not give up your old job. Keep that stability because it's almost like having a precious baby in your life.
Yes.
Like if you have a dream, especially a creative one, give it the space to grow. Because if you put too much pressure on it at the beginning, you're going to struggle.
Yes.
And you're going to have to sacrifice that dream.
Yes.
Because you're going to give up because you can't eat food and you don't have money to pay rent.
Yeah, slowly but surely,
Yeah.
Same. I worked in corporate for 10 years, and
Yeah.
slowly I had to same. I had to do freelance on the side, after work or on the weekends. So yeah, slowly. But once you feel it,
Yes.
that's it.
And eventually, as you put in that hard work, you'll see that the graph goes up. So your side hustle starts becoming your main hustle after a point of time. And that's the best part because then you can choose. Now you're like, I don't like that corporate job. I've been looking at my boss's face every day. Now I quit.
I think the point when you know that you're ready to leave your job is when you're already earning the same amount of
Yes.
money in your freelancing, compared to your main job,
I'm not going to lie, it also takes a lot of courage.
Oh, yeah.
Because the thing with freelance life, again, when you're sitting at home, chilling on your couch, when everyone else is at work, it feels very nice. But when it comes to the end of the month and you have to pay rent, it's not so nice, yeah? But
Speaking of rent,
I know, right?
this podcast is happening inside my hallway. Like 60% of my house is this podcast, and I'm not earning anything.
Hashtag home studio.
Exactly. Every time I had to pay my rent, I was like, oh my God, here we go again.
Yes.
So, sponsors. Yeah, let's talk.
Hashtag real estate companies.
Yeah.
So as I was saying, it's about, number one, having that dream. Because how are you going to follow any dream if you don't even know what you want? Second is to actually put in the hard work that matters, and the hours that matter, and the sacrifices that matter. And the last one is just believing in yourself. Whether that comes from God, whether that comes from your family, whether that comes from yourself, that's your own philosophy in life, you know. But that belief system has to be really strong.
Wow.
Because if you don't persevere and go for that, someone else will get it.
Wow. I mean, that's powerful. Like, you know, and see, I know a lot of people that they struggle like from the first one, which is having a dream. Like, I've seen so many people that I ask myself this question that do this guy even have a dream? Whenever I talk to them, like, do you guys even have passion or dream? You know, it's like, you know, they're just existing basically.
Yeah.
You know, and that I feel bad because I believe that every person should have a dream.
100%.
You know?
And it can be small. And
Yeah,
it doesn't have
exactly.
to be important to someone else.
Yeah.
But to you, it should be important.
It
It
doesn't
should be
have-
your reason for waking up every morning.
It doesn't have to be like having my own business. You know, I mean, for example, like just even like the dream of traveling to somewhere. Like, you know, I think it's a good starting point. Or you don't have to dream big. You know, I mean for us we
Yeah.
dream big.
Yeah,
You know,
but
so
we put in equal amount of hard work.
exactly.
though.
So the bigger your dream is, the more hard work you
Yes.
have to put. So I understand a lot of people they don't want to go through this
No.
this they don't
They
have the
want to
energy.
switch
you know?
off their brain at 6 o'clock and
but,
go home.
but at least have something, you know, like put up something, you know. It could be like maybe dreaming of buying, I don't know, shoes, you know, a phone or whatever, you know. So yeah, I like that. I like the first one, and the second is working on it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's true. And again, I've seen a lot of people that yes, they have a dream, but they don't do shit to
No.
achieve that dream.
No.
How many people that we've seen with that kind of attitude? You know, they only have a dream,
Yes.
right? And I always say this: when you have a dream, set a goal.
100%.
Right, set a
dream
goal.
is made up of goals.
Yes.
With a date on it. Otherwise,
Exactly.
it's not happening.
Same as my
Like
story.
you said, 10 years,
Yes.
right?
So
Yeah.
for me, I was selling on the street, and I had a dream to have my own company,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that just setting up a dream, not going to work. You have to put a goal. So I set up a goal for 10 years. You know, so I was like, from that 2007. You know, my goal is to put my company in 10 years, achieve this dream in 10 years. And 2017, I got the chance to put up my own company. So yeah, 10 years of hard work. So the same exact thing that you mentioned. So yeah, so when you set a dream, put a goal and work your ass off to achieve that
sure.
dream. Right?
And the last thing, which people underestimate a lot,
Mm-hmm.
is gratitude.
Oh yeah.
Gratitude to yourself, like, hey, you're hustling, it's hard work, you're putting in all of this work, you know. Small pat on the back, it makes
Yes.
a difference.
And thank everyone that
Yes.
helped you.
Yes.
You know.
Never become like this and forget about all the people who helped you along the way.
Okay. I like that. I like that gratitude because I have a same story. So here's what happened. So when I put up my own company, 2017, I started my company, and I was struggling like every other, you know, starting business owner. We struggled.
Of course.
So speaking of gratitude, I actually emailed my first boss on my first job that hired me. I actually emailed him. You know what I said? I said sorry because I was dumb. I was young, you know. I actually left him after 4 months of working with him.
Yeah.
I left him because for me I was like, I want higher salary. I want to leave this company. That was my mentality, and I was basically experiencing what he's been through when I was young. So I emailed him and I said sorry about my attitude. You know, I sorry for what I've done. You know, and I have my own business now. And thank you for trusting me, for hiring me. So those stuff. But he didn't reply though. He didn't reply. I don't know where he's right now. But I hope he received the message, and I hope one day I can see him, and then, you know, maybe just have some talk. You know, because the thing is, you need at least one person to believe in you.
100%.
And that person, my first boss, is the first person that believed in me, which I failed. You know, I failed him, but I mean, we learn in life.
course.
You know, so I said sorry, but I hope he received the message. You know, so yeah, so gratitude. You know, thank everyone that helped you in achieving your goal, your dream.
And the last part is mentorship. Like, after 10 years of hard work, when you reach the other side of the fence, be willing and be humble enough to help the other people who are trying to get there.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, it's only the people at the bottom who are competing with each other, but the people at the top are collaborating and helping each other out. Because I can open this door for you, but you can open that door for me, and both of us are going to succeed at the end of the day.
Yeah, same. I believe that we have the same exact brain, you know. Yeah, in terms of supporting, I support a lot of people. I try to inspire a lot of people. Like hence this podcast.
Yes.
You can imagine. Like I told you, I'm not earning in this. You know, I spend 7 hours each episode, but I don't mind. Like for me, as long as I'm inspiring people, I'm helping people out to learn, to get inspired. You know, that's all that matters to me. Yeah, that's very powerful. So I like them. I like them.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'd also like to touch upon mental health, because at the end of the day, like,
Okay.
especially as an entrepreneur or any kind of person who has goals,
Okay.
that already means that you're someone who's very hard on yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you push yourself. You're like that basketball coach sitting there on the bench, like, go, go, go. So at the end of the day, it's really good to do something just for the fun of doing it. Whether that's a massage, whether that's going for a run, whether that's hitting the court with your friends. It's important to give yourself that space in your life, because otherwise you're going to burn out very fast. More so in a city like Dubai, because everywhere you look, you see like this person's doing that. Oh my God, this guy has this car, or whatever it is you're trying to achieve. And there's no limit. So the work never stops and the brain never stops.
That's good.
So it's very important to also de-stress and make some space for me time.
So mental health, you know, having me time, you know, yeah, like what you said, you know, it doesn't have to be big. Even a massage,
Yeah,
or
anything.
just maybe buying yourself, you know, like a reward for yourself, you know. I like that, because speaking of mental health, this is where I struggled a lot, especially during the pandemic. Like, during the pandemic, I told you my story, but I haven't told everybody that story. So I lost people, you know, during the pandemic, and that sucks. Like losing people, losing money, losing business, and I went through depression. Like
For sure.
I almost, you know, I went through that, and luckily I have friends and the followers, especially my social media, helped me a lot. My followers helped me a lot to go through that phase of my life, and yeah, I'm really thankful for my followers and my close friends. You know, that they really helped me to be where I am today. You know, and I'm happy that, you know, I already done with that. I don't think I have depression anymore, but still from time to time it still haunts you.
For
You know,
sure.
still haunts you.
But that's what makes us human. And at the end of the day, you see everyone smiling and taking nice pictures and look at me, I'm
Yeah.
here. But you never really know what's going on behind all of that, you know? And that's why I also believe in practicing kindness, because you never know what someone's going through. And maybe that one nice thing you say to someone can change their day, week, month, year, you know? Like you're talking about the boss who didn't reply, but we all meet people every day who like just give you a pat on the back or say nice photography or anything, you know? And when you're having a bad day, those words come back to you. And when the voice in your own head is not being so nice to you, it's these small things that can pull you out so easily
Yeah.
and push you to the next step.
Yeah, I mean that's true. That's true. Like just treat everybody nice.
It's not difficult.
It's not difficult. It's free. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
And treat people the same way you want to be treated as well, right? So, and again, you'll never know what other people are going through. You know. Yeah, that's those are good.
So the best thing that I want to share is that once you go through all of this struggle and hustle and figure stuff out, and maybe it took us both 10 years, some people it's a little easier. But once you reach the next step, life becomes amazing, because you can use that same blueprint after that. And the next project you do becomes easier and easier and easier. So for example, I started as a journalist and I became a DJ, right? That was a big transition, took so much work. But from DJing, one of my hobbies, which I take quite seriously in life, is scuba diving. But because I did all of this work for 10 years, it took me just 1 year to transition into being a scuba instructor, into setting up a support system, into getting my own group of divers. I have a group of more than 100 divers and I organize trips across the world. So that's the best part, I think, about having a dream, because it is a special magic formula and it's different for each of us, you know,
Yeah.
because only you know yourself and you know how to push yourself and what works. And like you said, like you were talking earlier about the podcast. The thing that works for you is charisma, like
Yes.
you need that element. It's not about sitting down and writing a script and just reading it like that. No, anyone can do that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And at the end of the day, each of us are unique people. So once you reach that next level, it's so easy to focus on any other dream. And you've done the hard work. So even, for example, going to the gym.
Yeah.
When you want to lose 20 kgs, you're like, I can't do this. But once you do that, and say you put on a few kgs, it's so easy to train again, or to like go to a diet, or to find that circle of support because you did it once.
That's good. Again, I'll use myself as an example. So I've been here in the industry for 16 years. I've been doing social media for 6-7 years. Then I'll use my podcast as an example. When I started my podcast, I already have all of this knowledge: social media, camera, editing, writing, and everything. And a lot of podcasters, they struggle at the beginning because they don't know how to set up the camera, they don't know how to edit, how to write. But for me, since I know already all these things, once I started my podcast, boom, 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 episode after episode. In fact, this podcast is only 1 month and a half, and you are already my 18th guest.
Wow, congratulations!
That, right?
That's
All
amazing. Seriously,
like a lot of other podcasters, they would struggle.
Of course,
with this,
of course, like one a month or one a week.
18 episodes, 1 month and a half. Woo!
And you're a one-man army.
One-man band.
Shooting,
One-man band.
editing, hosting,
Yes!
planning.
Bring it on! Yeah.
In fact, it's kind of funny because my family teases me because they say you practice positivity a little too much. Like, can you just be a bit more real? I'm like, this is my reality, by the way.
I like surrounding myself with positive people.
Yeah, for sure.
You're very positive.
Because at the end of the day, the people around you affect your mindset. If you have the same salary, by the way, as your neighbor, and both of you are in the same situation, one person can... I'll give you a cool story, actually. It's kind of like, I saw this picture on Instagram of a bus, and the bus is on a hill like this. One person is sitting on this window and looking at the mountain and being like, this is so dark and depressing. And this person is on the same bus looking outside. Yeah. Wow, like look at this view,
Again, it's a matter of perspective.
That's life. And the more you complain, like, I'm getting less salary. Oh my God, I have to wake up. You're going to find more things to complain about. But the moment you just start your day with gratitude, and along the way, you find a way to reframe situations in your head, just like a camera lens. Like, you can always find something nice to make a good picture. You know what I mean?
Yes. In short, always look at the brighter side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're all going to have ups and downs. Nobody's life is perfect, whether they're a millionaire, whether they're an influencer, whether they're a Formula One race car driver. Just focus on this, your mindset.
Actually, again, guys, surround yourself with positive people. I'm telling you, it matters. It affects a lot. I stopped surrounding myself with people that invites me to drink, to do something that won't even help my career. No, I stopped doing that. I even have very limited friends. Like right now, my friends right now, you can count it with your own hands. Just less people, but quality people.
Quality over quantity.
People. Exactly, yeah. And that's what we learned as we grow old. When you're young, of course, we want to hang out to as much people as you can. But as you grow older, you have to choose the right people, choose the right path, and those are one of the key advices to be successful.
I also think that our mind works like a computer. It's like programming. At the end of the day, I saw the name of your podcast just yesterday. I saw this cool video where you were inviting people to come through, and it didn't take me even 1 second to message you and say, I'm definitely going to be on your podcast.
I replied not right away, but I was like, I saw your profile. I was like, okay, I'm in.
That's amazing.
Let's go for it.
And remember what I said yesterday? I even told you that people meet for a reason. I think we're on the same wavelength, and that's why this works so easily,
Yeah, because 2 days back, my friend is looking for a DJ and the MC. And then when you messaged me, I was like, okay, again, everything happens for a reason. So I sent your profile to my friend, and she was like, oh, she looks nice. I'm not sure if she.
And her name is Sara G.
And she's Filipino too. So I'm not sure she contacted you.
I haven't checked my phone.
Okay,
right
but
now,
she said interesting. So, all right, Sara G, you've inspired me so much.
So have you, by the way. Your story
based on
is
your
amazing.
stories. Yeah, I think we inspired each other in this
Yeah.
episode. Is there anything, one last thing you want to tell to the viewers? Just few minutes. The floor is yours.
Yeah, sure. So, one last thing, because both of us work in content creation, it's so important to stay authentic. And it's so important to tap into your own dreams. Because if you're following someone else's dream, for example, I see your social media, I'm like, look at this guy, like I should be doing that. It's not going to be so easy for me. I'm not a professional photographer, you know what I mean? I am good at the things I'm good at, and I have my different talents. So at the end of the day, like, I think envy, jealousy is not the right way to find out and follow your dreams.
Sure.
But it's tuning into your own inner compass and tapping into your own talents.
Wow. Mic drop.
Keeping it real.
Mic drop. Sara G, thank you so much. You've inspired me, and as you said, I've inspired you. And thank you for coming in and helping me to inspire more people. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and follow Sara G.
DJ Sara G.
DJ Sara G. And thank you so much again. And
Thanks for having me.
Hope to see you soon.
For sure. We're friends now. You're going to see a lot of me.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Woo!